Hi, I'm Arshad Devani, a tech speaker and an entrepreneur. As part of this particular workshop, we are going to see how we can create hyper-realistic images. We are going to utilize a set of images to generate furthermore images. So we are going to refine images furthermore. And we are also going to see how you can utilize an existing image and see how you can transform that into a better image or probably a more hyper-realistic image. Alright, so as part of this particular workshop, we are going to use a couple of components from MSI for this amazing build which we have. Let's look at what all components are there as part of this. So first of all, we have Intel Core Ultra 9 285K processor. We have T-Force Delta RGB 32GB RAM. We have MSI MPG Z890 Carbon Wi-Fi motherboard. We have MSI GeForce RTX 5070 Ti Vanguard SoC graphics card. We have MSI MAG Core Liquid i360 all-in-one liquid cooler. And then we have MSI MAG A850GL power supply. We have MSI MAG Pano 100R PZ PC case. We have MSI Spatium M470 Pro 2TB SSD, which is an NVMe one. We have MSI MAG 27 1QPX QD OLED monitor, which is this one. We have the MSI MP 27-inch 3QP monitor, which is the standing one here. And then we have the MSI MAG Forge GK300 combo of this keyboard and mouse with RGB lights. And then we have the MSI Immerse GH20 headset, which is this amazing audio quality one headset, which we are going to utilize for the recording as well. So let's get started with the workshop. Now let's go ahead and create some hyper-realistic images. We are going to go ahead and start again working with ComfyUI. This time we are going to use some different set of models, something which is more heavy and something which requires a desktop. Now you know for a fact that when you have a desktop and a notebook, the performance in terms of the GPUs is not the same, it is different. So we are going to utilize a desktop to generate all these images, and we are going to see how these images are getting generated, one, and the second one is how soon these images can be generated. So here we are with ComfyUI again. Let's go ahead and check out as part of the images. So we are going to go ahead with Flux. So Flux is one of the well-known models in terms of creation of hyper-realistic images. They are much more better in terms of giving the right set of textures and everything. These are by Black Forest Labs. These look really very good. So you will be able to see that you'll be able to create the images as such. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drag this particular image into the workflow. It says that I don't have this particular model. I can click on download, which will go ahead and download this particular model. Let's keep it on download. It will take a couple of seconds, but I'm just going to change a Flux model, which I already have it as part of my system right now. So I'm just going to click and going to select the context one. And you know the drill. You have to download the model. You have to put it in the right set of folders, which are mentioned as part of the structure. You can see the diffusion models need to be put up in the right folders, and the text encoders and the VAE. The files need to be put up in the right set of folders. So all of the other set of items I already had, and we are going to go ahead and we are going to generate this. I'm going to click on run. This is going to take up, it has already loaded up the diffusion model, and it is already generating right now. You can see how quick this is already. It is taking way more lesser time than how it would generally do it on notebook, but for heavy usages, it is recommended that you go ahead with a dedicated GPU, something which you can put it up on a desktop to go ahead and generate a lot of content. So in a couple of seconds, it should go ahead, and there you go. It has generated the image. You can see the image got generated under 28 seconds, which is way more quicker. Let's try to see how we can change this particular prompt in a few different ways. Being in India, I'm going to try and optimize this. So I'm going to go ahead and say highly detailed image of an Indian woman standing in front of Taj Mahal. We are not going to talk about the skin tones or anything, but we'll definitely talk about the lighting. should be subtle and ambient with the focus on the women. It should have Taj Mahal in the background. I think this should is this one should be quite good enough. Let me get rid of the other ones. Let's try to see and let's try to generate this one, how this will look. I think it will cause a small issue, but let's see in case if it really comes or not. But let's see how this is going to look out. We'll wait for close to around like 28 seconds. Hopefully this time it will be way more faster, I'm assuming, because the model and all the clips were already loaded, so it should be comparatively faster. And you can see it already generated. This time it took 27.93 seconds. It's a quite hyper realistic. Now here's the problem, which I was saying. You can see that there are 4 hands which are generated, which is not really true. So what we are going to do is we are going to update this thing. There should be no deformities. The image should be of a single person. Let's try to see and check out how this is going to get updated. Feels like mummified hands also coming in together. So this we are generating for 1024 by 1024 size. We can increase the size. Let's look at how this image is generated. Look at the kind of clarity which it has gotten. The eyes are still not right. We can work out on those eyes and everything, but you can see the kind of textures it has created to actually make it look better. Let's increase the size of this. It will definitely take certain longer time to generate the image, but then we can go ahead and we can see all of these things, and let's try to even fix some of the other things. The sorry one should be showcasing vibrant colors, and make sure that the eyes should be looking towards camera. Let's see how much time will this take. This is expected to take slightly longer time because we have increased the size of the image which needs to be generated. So let's see how it is going to get impacted. So there's no hard and fast rule that it is going to take exactly double because we have doubled the size right now. But ideally it depends on the dots which it generates basically to understand and actually while generation it takes, there's a lot of processing which happens behind the scenes, and it takes a good amount of time to understand and create when you have a bigger image. So it is not really 2x, it's probably equivalent to that of 4x. It goes ahead in terms of processing. So an ideal thing, if I would say, I feel that it should take close to around 80 seconds, 80 to 90 seconds to generate this particular image. Let's see. So it is close to around 25% done already. While this is getting generated, let's look at some of the other different types of Flux related models which are available. So we were just looking at the Kriya model. We can also look about what all it is capable of. So you can see that it is capable of going ahead and utilizing the aesthetic styles. It gives the AI look. It goes ahead and it works out on the highlights, which gets you a very natural detailed output. It is meant for hyperrealism, so you go ahead and utilize all of these things. And then Let's look at the text to image, which is the OG Flux model of. So basically you get Flux in 3 variations. You get the Pro variant, which is basically used in a cloud workflow basically. Then you have the Dev model, which is open source, and you can go ahead and utilize this for non-commercial use, and it is almost equivalent to that of Pro, but not fully Pro. So there are definitely some of the things which are different in Pro. And then you have the Chanel version, which is way more faster, and it just requires 4 steps. So if you remember from previous workshops, we discussed about the part where it takes a certain number of steps to generate the whole image, and for Chanel it just takes 4 steps to generate. We can go ahead and we can check out that one as well, but it's almost the same, and it will work definitely on lower hardware spec as well. The quality difference is definitely a lot between the Flux Dev version versus the Flux Chanel version. So we are going to look at the Flux. We are going to create one more image as well using Flux here. We are going to utilize this. I think, okay, it's 85% done. It would take a couple of more seconds. So meanwhile, while that is getting loaded, let me pick this part up as well in the workflow. So we are going to work out on this one, and we will keep this immediately in terms of creation as well. So let me push run on this as soon as the other one is done. 95% completed. So hopefully in a couple of seconds we should be able to see it coming in through. This is a much more better image. You can see the kind of image it has generated, the clear image, hyper realistic. I'm not sure who this woman is, but then this is something which has been generated using AI. You can see how beautiful the image looks, along with the skin textures, the kind of clarity, the details and everything which it has. This took nearly close to around 210 seconds, which is more than expected. But then I am not sure if this would be any lesser as well, looking at the way how the whole view is, as in the image generation which it has gone through. It's a 2048 by 2048 resolution image. I should be ideally 2096, but I ended up putting it up as 2048. But then this is one of the beautiful images which got created using Flux. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Let's go ahead and try to generate this one. So let's see how this is going to work out. So it is loading up the model now. This is the exact same example which we have taken up from here. It is quite a detailed prompt, which it says a centered composition of a magical fairy tale scene featuring a 3-year-old girl. She wears an elegant green dress, so the color will always be constant because we have said green dress with lace, and has shimmering butterfly wings. The lavishly decorated interior includes brocade style wallpaper, intricate ceiling holdings, and a large arched window letting in gentle sunlight. Magical crystal stones are embedded in the walls and floor, adding touch of magic and mystery. So it's quite a detailed prompt which is being utilized to generate this, and I think we are almost done in terms of the generation. You can see that now it generates the exact same image as how it was interpreted, because the level of detail which has been given as part of the prompt does really matter. So the prompt, as long as you make it a much more detailed prompt, it is going to go ahead and it is going to generate image exactly the same. So you need to ensure that your prompts are well written, well structured, to make sure that it has all the details in it. So the amount of details does really matter. Now let's make this a bit more fun. I'm going to use Lucky again as part of this. So Lucky is MSI's mascot. So we are going to use Lucky's image to generate something. And for this one, we are going to use another workflow or another part altogether. So we are going to go ahead and use the context dev, which is again one of the other models. So let's look at what it can generate. I am going to utilize this particular one. This workflow is basically utilized to use for iterative generation. So let's imagine that you have an image and you want to reuse this image to create more and more set of items. So the way how this will work out is I can go ahead and I can directly utilize this workflow. So let's say I'm going to drag this workflow inside, and you can see when the images are basically generated, it utilizes a structure. So it automatically loads the image from the output, and then it utilizes that image to generate another set of images. But because we have a different thing, so now we are going to actually go ahead and utilize some of the nodes directly. So let's say I'm going to use the load image node. The next one which I need to go ahead and put it up is I don't need an image stitcher, but let me go ahead and first select the image. I'm going to use this image of Lucky, and we are going to go ahead and directly put this up as part of this image. So we are skipping the part of image stitching, and we are no more loading it directly from the output. So we are directly utilizing an image which was already available with us. So we are going to utilize this particular part, and let me see, can we add up the load VAE, latent image. Let's work it out with this one, and then probably we can modify furthermore. Let's go ahead and optimize our prompt. So we are going to go ahead and change the prompt using the image. Let me zoom in a bit so that everyone can see this better. Using the image, make the dragon do a T-pose similar to that of Titanic pose. Make it look hyper realistic, and make sure that the dragon is posing on a ship. Make sure that this is of real scale. Should we say ship, or should we say it as yacht? Let's call it as yacht, or let's go ahead and see how this works out, and then probably we can update it based on that. So let's click on run. So this was the image. We have gone ahead and it is now running in. It has loaded up all the models. I think it has started running on the sampler as well. I think it is getting generated. It's the active part which is going on right now. So the K sampler has just started. It is generating now. Let's see how soon this will get generated. Now this, you can see that we have not specified the size of the image. So what it does is it generally takes up the size which is available here itself. So it has picked up 803 by 1081. That's the size which it is going to generate the image of as well. So it automatically picks up the same image, and then it generates it based on that. So we'll see how we can make this work out very quickly as well. So this is getting generated. Okay, you can see how realistic this looks. Now the Lucky is there on a particular ship, and it is posing in T-pose, although this is not looking similar to that of Titanic pose, but then Lucky is realistic. And let's go ahead and solve the problem. So you can see the image is not really of the same size, so you can it is somewhere nearby. So it is at 803 by 1081, and this is slightly changed. I think it might be because of the preview image. That's the reason. So you can see the preview image which got generated was of 880, which is basically utilized. So the Flux context image scale is basically doing that particular work. So let's go ahead and just add one more node to this. We are going to go ahead and add the restart size node, resize and pad image node. So we are going to pull this image and we are going to put it up as part of this. The target width and the target height, we are going to set it as 1024 by 1024. And we are going to now give this image to the Flux context image scale. Let's try to generate this now and see how it looks. So now you can see that the preview image is also exactly of 1024 by 1024. So how this will look, we can quickly check it out. So now I guess it has already started generating. It is much more quicker now because the models, the clips and everything, the diffusion models and everything have already been loaded. So now this will work way more faster. So it is strictly taking away all the load time of all the models being loaded, the clip times and everything which were being utilized before. So now it is already in the memory, so it can directly utilize it. So that's how it tends to get faster when you're doing it. You can also decrease the number of steps to make it a bit faster, but more the number of steps, I feel that when you have higher number of steps, it tends to create images which are way more better. This is even better. You can see that Lucky is much more bigger than the ship now. So we can change this by saying real scale. Remember, Lucky's height is, let's say, 4 meters only. And we also need to say the whole ship doesn't necessarily be shown. Let's try to see the output of this as one final output. This will definitely differ when you're utilizing a cloud version of image generation, because a cloud generated image generation has a lot more information about the latest models. Those keep on getting updated on a regular basis. This doesn't mean that the models which we are utilizing doesn't get updated. They also get updated, but they might not be having complete set of information which is coming in from different places. Okay, so based on the new prompt, you can see that the T-pose is now gone. So it concentrated on making sure that Lucky's size and everything has been taken care of compared to what was there before. So you can always check out all the different images which get generated. So it has taken a smaller ship in comparison, but at the same time it has tried to make sure that the sizing and everything is set and fine. So it forgot about the T-pose, and now it is giving us a consistent, almost consistent image generation time of close to around 54 seconds. So you can keep on generating more and more set of images. Make sure that you post out some of your images and the prompts which you are utilizing to generate those images. Put it up in the comments, let us know, tag us, and we'll be more than happy to check out your images, and the best images will get some cookie points as well. In the next set of workshops, we are going to go ahead and have 3D model generation, so that we can start utilizing all of these images which we are generating, or probably the next set of images which we are generating, to go ahead and start creating 3D models. We are going to see how you can host these 3D models as well for free of cost, and then we are going to host this, not only just host these models, but we are going to use web AR or web augmented reality to go ahead and use all the models, the 3D models which you're creating on phone. So stay tuned, make sure that you check out all the different workshops. Remember, there is a quiz towards the end of all of these 4 set of series workshops, and the winners will get amazing set of devices and amazing goodies from MSI. So stay tuned, don't miss out the rest set of workshops. Happy coding, happy image generation, and happy ComfyUI. See you again soon. Bye bye.